Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion, place of Binding of Isaac, Afterbirth Plus, 13 wins in a row. And honestly, I think we were doing some, I thought we random there. Thought we were doing some pretty good stuff on the last episode. VGXQFNAE. Anyway, yeah, it's been, just picking up from the last episode. It's been nice to look at my analytics again. I'm not like an analytics guy, like, you know, here's the thing. Literally what I was about to say was people are stupid, but I don't I don't want that to be my legacy here. But like I'm going to start by a little bit of venting, but I'm going to turn it positive before we get to the end, okay? Dan and I played some Fortnite. And whenever you play Fortnite specifically, there's always a little bit of pushback that makes no sense to me. Like, in particular, people think that Dan and I are playing Fortnite to, like, try to ride the hype wave. Which makes no sense, because, like, the game was at the peak of its popularity, like, 2 years ago. I'll tell you, here's why we played Fortnite, is because Dan went, Tetris is kind of a snoozer for me, do you want to play Fortnite? And I was like, you know what, I enjoy playing video games with my friend. I don't really like playing Fortnite anymore, but I'm not gonna... What do you want to... Would you rather get, like, 4 videos done? Or would you rather sit here and argue about what game to play for the next, you know, hour and a half? I would rather get 4 videos done. Really should have just taken scatter bombs, honestly. But hold on. Hold on. That's a potential reroll. He's done it! I even paid the upgraded, rounded down price. Alright, that's very good. Now just let me fight Larry Jr. for the bifecta here. But people are like, hey, don't yell at NL for getting that Fortnite money. He deserves it. There's no Fortnite money, brother. Nobody wants to watch a 31-year-old dude who sucks at Fortnite play it. Those videos are not that popular. They're popular because people... Some people, at least, enjoy listening to Dan and I play games. And then there's a contingent of people who are like, yeah, I'll watch Fortnite. But those videos are not doing gangbusters. That's a labor of love, believe it or not. The stuff that does really well is honestly, like, if you wanted to take the most cynical approach, if you want to be cynical about my content, any Northernlion tries video that's about a roguelite does like 50% better than any other Northernlion tries video. Now, the good news there is I like playing roguelites, and I'm glad that people like watching them as well. But you might be surprised. You might think, oh, that explains why you're playing so many roguelites with Northernlion tries. No, honestly, I nix a lot of roguelites that come out on Steam. I'm like, I'm not sure if this would really be a good fit. Because I'm like, I've played like 7 roguelites in the past 20 days. I'm really just going with the flow for the most part, is what I'm trying to say. Anyway. I am happy when people enjoy watching. Because, like, the point... I might deal with the devil. The point of the content, I mean, it's manifold, right? There are many folds to it. The point of the content is... not to make it into the YouTube search algorithm and go super viral and like overnight have an audience of, you know, people who have never seen the other 12,500 videos I've done and are like, just play more Fortnite. The goal of the videos is entertainment. Is what it comes down to. You know, I believe in that like top-down philosophy. If you make the videos entertaining, people will watch them consistently. That's, you know, maybe why when I finish a stream, my body is like, hey, eat a 1,500 calorie meal. Your brain's been working overtime trying to list the entire cast and soundtrack of the movie I Heart Huckabees that came out in... Stop! Why does he keep talking about I Heart Huckabees? Because it's funny, okay? It's the perfect movie to bring up for something like this because it's not that fondly remembered. Which just makes it sound weird, which is great. Should have really taken the reroll on this one. Sorry. Oh, but no. I mean, we saved the bomb. We really need to get this deal with the devil, though. We're not doing gangbusters necessarily. HP is looking great, though. That's the... And I honestly, I hope this doesn't come across as complaining, because that's not the case. Because I really feel like on YouTube and Twitch, you know, we're as a community, I don't want to say me as a person, because it just sounds uncomfortably self-congratulatory, but we're in a weird position, in a good way. You know, there are channels on, yeah, we definitely want to reroll that. There are channels on YouTube that have built themselves basically through viral search traffic, you know? And the people that watch those videos are not watching for the person making the videos. They're watching because, you know, it had a catchy thumbnail, a catchy title, or whatever. And there's nothing wrong with that, to be clear. I am going to reroll this item. Yeah, okay, it was well worth it. But I do think we also do want to reroll blank card, because we don't want to get rid of D6. We get it so rarely these days. And there's nothing necessarily wrong with that. In fact, for some people it might be more comfortable to be like, yeah, I make videos that, you know, go viral. But we got a different thing going on, where people are like, you know, this video looks like it might actually kind of suck, but you made it, so I'll watch it. Which I find more flattering. So, you know, we're not the biggest community on YouTube or Twitch. We're not the fastest growing, or the fastest dying, thankfully. I'll take somewhere in the middle on that one. But the people who are, you know, around, they've hooked themselves up to the IV drip of content, and they've decided, you know what, I like this stuff. They're not just watching. There goes the deal with the devil chance. You know, I sympathize with a lot of streamers, because the number one thing that streamers complain about is, like, if I play the games I want to play, people don't want to watch. They get famous for playing, you know, like League of Legends, and then they're like, hey, I don't want to play League today because, you know, I had a bad night last night and it's kind of crushing my soul. People are like, okay, bye. I'll see you next time you play League. Their viewer count is like 1/10 of what it was when they were playing League, or whatever their main game was. For me, you know, if I were to play Isaac on Twitch, don't get me wrong, there are probably like a few thousand people that would be like, oh yes, the day has finally come. But there would be a larger amount of people, I think, that would be like, Isaac, lol, don't we get enough of this on YouTube, play something new, blah blah blah. And I think I much prefer being in this position. I'm very happy to be in this position. And I owe it all to you, oh baby, I'm S-A-A-C. And I've many played this game before. Doesn't really make grammatical sense, but it's true. And it's true. I don't know the words. Look, I've only seen Dirty Dancing once, okay? And to be honest with you, that's one of the movies from the 1980s that I'm like, I don't think it's all that in a bag of potato chips. Then again, I do quote Austin Powers all the time, so what do I know? But, you know, there's that new Netflix show, the movies that made us. Maybe you don't, maybe you do. Either way, it's okay. And they did an earlier series on, like, the toys that made us. Sometimes I put it on when I'm, like, setting my video titles and making thumbnails and stuff like that, because it's just sort of mindless, you know, half-interesting entertainment. I mean that in the nicest way possible. It's my Isaac, I guess. Okay, that's good. We didn't get a deal with the devil, which we wouldn't have wanted there regardless, because we already got it via the red chest. But they're doing the movies that made us, and, you know, they're basically like deep dives of, like, some of the most popular films from, I guess, what would be a millennial's childhood. They did Home Alone. They did Ghostbusters. I haven't seen any of these, by the way. I've seen the movies, but I haven't seen the documentary. I think they did maybe like The Breakfast Club or something like that. And for all three of those, I was like, yeah, I get it. And then they're like Dirty Dancing, and I'm like, I don't know about that one. I don't think it's a terrible movie, but I remember, you know, I saw it as an adult. I don't know if that helped or hindered my enjoyment of it, but hold on, pop this. I saw that movie as an adult, and you know, I was watching it with a group of people, and they were hyping it up like, oh, you're going to love this movie. It's amazing. And I watched it. I was like, I don't know. I feel like it kind of sucks. That being said, I'm also kind of a snob sometimes, and not necessarily even in a good way. In the kind of way where, you know, I'm not the kind of guy who's like, oh, that movie you like? It sucks. I've got a big old intelligence, you know what right now. My intelligence muscles are engorged. That's not me, dude. I am rather the kind of guy who's like, just keep your mouth shut and tell them, haha, yeah, it was pretty good. But then I open my mouth and I'm like, it relies on references to a culture, which means the movie is not going to age that well, and really it's just a pastiche of previous generations, and you get the idea. I can't help myself. I gotta tell you, I'm eager for this next floor, because I do think, you know, we're gonna get to deal with the devil probably, but the run is a little scary. Is actually not scary yet, but it has the inkling of fear. It's like when you're watching a movie and it's called, like, you know, let me think. It's, you know, it's called like The House. And you're like, oh, The House. Hugh Jackman goes and fixes up a house in the woods for a mysterious caretaker. Sounds like a nice, little quiet movie about rural life. Maybe he'll learn something about himself. Then he starts driving down a road and like a deer jumps out in front of him and he goes, holy crap! And he swerves and you start to have that inkling. You're like, wait a minute, is this a horror movie? And you look at the genre on the back and it's like thriller and you're like, is that horror? I don't know. But then you're like, yeah, it's a horror movie. That's where we're at right now. Is, you know, I thought my life was a comedy, but I'm realizing maybe it's a tragedy. You got the quote wrong. No, I didn't. I repurposed it inverted so it actually fit the situation. Okay? Okay? All I have are positive thoughts. A yuck. Dude, I was so stoked when I heard they were making a Joker sequel. All I hope is that they can finish the trilogy. Joker, Smoker, and then my personal favorite, Midnight Toker. It's gonna be that one's gonna star Seth Rogen. In fact, the middle one will probably also star Seth Rogen. So they might as well just remake the Joker starring Seth Rogen, which I'm realizing now, first it was a joke about his copious cannabis usage, and now it's a joke about his laugh, because wouldn't that make Joker, I'm not going to say a better movie, because I don't want to kick that hornet's nest, but wouldn't that make for an interesting reimagining of Joker? I'm trying. I don't think I can do a good Seth. I like Seth Rogen, by the way. I hope, you know, if he were to watch this video, he doesn't consider it insulting that I'm making fun of his laugh. I consider it insulting that in the Netflix original show, Breakfast, Lunch, and Dinner, he drove around my fair city, well, intoxicated on cannabis. But, you know, you take the good with the bad. I think he seems like an affable gentleman. I mean, I say you take the good with the bad. Here's the thing. Obviously, the bad of what I just implied is really bad, but I don't actually know if he was under the influence, legally speaking, okay? So I'm reserving the benefit of the doubt because that's what mature adults do. You know, if I saw someone drink a glass of wine on a cooking show and then saw them drive, it is probably fair to say that I would not have had the same reaction. So maybe that highlights an inherent bias of my own. But the truth is, I just don't know. So as a result, I shouldn't have made a joke about it in the first place, because now it's got us in this comfortable real-world scenario here where I don't know what comes next. I'm desperately searching the cerebral cortex for some kind of punchline. Well, here's the punchline. It's Krampus. But on the other hand, I'm extremely happy because Ipecac is just like, it's an unbelievably good item for us. I'm also happy because getting Ipecac at the present time on my computer clock means that almost certainly, win, lose, or draw, this run's gonna end up finishing in time for me to get some lunch. I know you're like, I talked about this very recently. You're probably like, man, NL has really bad time management. No, it's not true. I just need to take better care of myself. Because here's the thing. You might say, how does he have such poor time management that he's always in the crunch for lunch? That's not how it works. I know it's going to sound strange, but it's genuinely not how it works. The way that it actually works is I need a very specific timing window for lunch. If I have half an hour, maybe I'll make myself a nice lunch. If I have 20 minutes, might not be enough time to eat anything but like a quick one. And if I have 45 minutes, I will not eat lunch because 45 minutes means there's time for an Isaac episode. Which is really, that's the linchpin of the bad habit there. It's not that I, you know, drag my heels in the morning and I'm like, oh, to hit my video quota, I've got to, you know, to start working, but I left it too long, now I can't eat. It's really just that the earlier I start, the more videos I'll record, and I'll still end up being, you know, potentially lunchless. So honestly, there's a real argument to be made for the fact that I should rework the way that I look at my daily schedule, to be honest. That's it, because I've got it right now on a strict while loop, which I shouldn't. I should have it on a do while loop. Or I should change the conditions of the while loop. Right now it's like, while time remaining is greater than 45 minutes, record video. What it should be is, while time remaining greater than 45 minutes, and, very important, you get the double symbol in there, videos recorded today is less than desired. But we'd have to be more specific about that for sure. Then record more. As is right now. Hold on, try the card. Okay, can I get a refund on that card, please? It's only been like a millisecond. That's much better. Varicose veins is actually pretty dangerous for us. Because you can't really look to videos as like the way you might look at homework or something like that, you know? You know, with homework, is like, oh, I'm always procrastinating, and then, I don't have time to, you know, play Forza Horizon 4 before bed because I started my homework late. That's not what's happening here. It's just that, you know, there's always homework. Is a better way to think about it. I don't know if we should have taken either of these, but I'm wilding out. Anyway, I don't know where I'm going. There's probably a better metaphor, but it escapes me at the present moment. Let me into the room. But please recognize, I am very much not complaining. Oh no. I had to eat room temperature food because my job of playing video games ran 10 minutes overtime. Wham, wham, wham. That being said, I am a little hungry. I can't believe I haven't told this story in any of the videos today. Last night, you know, I was doing the meal prep service thing as I've talked about in the past. And it was very simple. It was just it's called a retro burger. I have no idea what that means. I assume that is business terms for we can't just say hamburger, or people will be like, why am I paying for this service to teach me how to make a hamburger? So they're like, it's a hamburger, but it has shallots in it. Anyway. So along with it, there were like some sweet potatoes to roast. I want to be clear, I have cooked, you know, thousands of meals in my life. I'm very comfortable using, you know, a stove, an oven, Instant Pot, crock pot, deep fryer, mandolin, you know, all the kitchen appliances that people go, oh, I don't know how to use that. I know how to use them for the most part. A stand mixer, etc., etc. So I was stunned last night. It was like, bake the sweet potatoes for 22 to 24 minutes. All right, no problem. Preheated the oven, baked the sweet potatoes for 22 minutes. Then you gotta check on them, see how they are. I opened it up. An incredible plume of smoke exited the oven. It set off our smoke detector, which I was like, this is gonna set off the sprinkler system, and this is gonna be one heck of an insurance claim. And I still, anyway, we got the smoke detector to stop going off, you know, before the fire department came, which is fantastic. And because I've already dealt with that one time in my life. I cooked dinner for my parents once when I was coming home from college, and I set off their smoke detector, which was hooked into their security system, which automatically called the fire department, which I'm like, come on, you gotta have room for more nuance in your system than that. But anyway, this run is getting spiced now. Regardless, I didn't want to go through that again, is what I'm trying to say. But then when I, like, looked at the sweet potatoes, they were not burned. Like, I still do not know what happened. The temperature was at a reasonable level. I don't know. I was running through the options in my head. I was like, you know, the sweet potatoes are cooked perfectly. How did the smoke get created? And I was like, maybe there's too much oil, but suffice it to say, I left the situation modestly confused, shall we say. Modestly confused. So this sucks. I very much want to go to our item room or our shop, yet that doesn't appear to be possible. So this floor, I'm just gonna be honest, it's kind of screwing us. Just being sincere. There are elements that should be within my own control probably as well. But the game is really throwing us on this one. And it's unfortunate. Because we're still in a good spot. That's why I'm blowing up the freaking skulls. Because I don't want to, you know, I don't want to leave any stone unturned here. You're a strength card? Turns out the strength card might be, like, the most valuable card we could ever ask for. I think we just gotta go. But let's focus on the positive here. And there are positives. This boss is gonna get crushed by BFF Sack Dagger. Without a doubt. Not to mention Ipecac. And then beyond that, Deal with the Devil will give us a reroll. If we get one. Which we didn't. But we did get a Spirit Heart for doing it. Is there a... No, there's no Tinted Rock. That's okay. All this means is that we gotta stay focused for the next little bit. And I think this is probably a situation where you pretty much just go straight for the victory condition here. These enemies, very spiced. We've done it. Hey, keys. There's something built in. You can't convince me otherwise. There's something built into the Isaac engine, in my opinion. That is like, hey, if somebody left the floor without consumables in this department, give it to them immediately when they go down to the next floor. And you can see how that would be like, you know, generous design, while also simultaneously looking like we were one room away. Now look, I don't know if that's... Oh, that hurt. I don't know if that's something that's actually in the game's, you know, code. I'm just throwing out... I'm just speculating harmfully. But because I have not acknowledged my ignorance, you can't be mad if I'm incorrect. I'm sorry, it's just science. Keep moving. This is such a big floor. Like, not in terms of size, but in terms of the magnitude of its use. To us, if we can just get a Deal with the Devil with, like, any respawn capabilities, any defense capabilities, even if we don't, just to get something like Abaddon, which gives us a lot of Spirit Hearts, or Demon Hearts, even if we don't get that, to get something from the boss... And I ain't talking about Bruce Springsteen, obviously, for the first time ever. Nor am I talking about David O. Russell, who was the boss, aka the director of I Heart Huckabees. So I think this is a tough one. I think it is worth the ability to fly. So I think you do reroll this. And you're just looking for something obviously better. But we can live with that. I know I went in there expecting more HP. And some people will disagree with the way I approached that situation, I think. But we had a good reason for it. I think basically what it comes down to is, although spooky, the ability to fly will probably save us more HP than the 1 red heart it cost us. Even though it's a critical moment, and this could end up being incorrect. I think it's correct right now. I don't really want to open that. I don't really want to fight somebody on a tiny room while we got Ipecac going for us here. I definitely do want to see this dice room. I think, I was just going to say, if the boss fight is close, we'll see how we fare after the boss fight. There is, you know, another deal with the devil chance. And if we're crushing it after the boss fight... Where are you? There we go. Then we may not wish to go to the dice room, because it might cost us more than it gleans us. Oh, you almost made me fight the bosses again. Yo, okay. I knew it. I felt it coming. Okay. Hagalaz, Bracano, Lemon Party, Strength, Black Rune. Yikes, dude. Okay, well, here's what you do. You go fight the boss. You pop the Strength card right away. Very nice. Didn't get a deal with the devil. Okay, where do you go from there? When do we go? I don't know, is the answer to your question. I don't know. Oh, wait. No, if you were just Spirit Arts, we could have Yera ruined you. Okay, that's still pretty good. We could have Yera ruined that, but there's no guarantee it's worth anything, right? Like, could have just Yera ruined something garbage when there's something great available somewhere else. A 2-room. I think we just do this. I didn't really want to use any of our keys there. Well, I think I'm moving out here. And if we're moving out, we should not take Black Rune. I think we should take Yera to allow us to double the items on the chest if we're lucky enough to get there. It's been real up and down here. Not necessarily in a bad way. Just in a way. I did feel my life flash before my eyes a little there. I'm excited. Luck up. Okay, thank you for not having a bad trip in there, which genuinely might have made me turn the game off forever. We do need that key. Hold on, we know where the bot... There's another dice room, dude! I've never been this excited about a dice room when I have 45 damage. But I am in dire need. Of some HP, please. Thank you. He's so tiny, he can't be hit by Ipecac. Our scanners can't pick him up at this distance. So it's really a question of, do you use 2 of your precious keys? In order of, well, yeah, still precious. And yes, the answer is yes, because we want to see a full run reroll, which just happened. And we're going to lose, you know, considerable damage. That much, you know, we knew in advance. But to be able to have this much HP after that is, okay, that's a big helper. We also have money equals power. Anyway, damage stat. Not in a beloved place, but pretty good and with potential upside in the future. But really, we gotta say, look, of course, am I gonna believe that we could have still won that run? Yeah, that's, you know, it's human nature. I think we would have won the run, but now we're in a much better position. I was about to say we're gonna win this one, but then I got hit twice on a room full of trash minions, and I started to rethink my position a little. Shouldn't be leaving anything on the table for free. I'm drowsy is a good pill. But you don't want to lose this much HP making it happen. We are about to get 8 items, though. I mean, we might even be able to get 16 if we have Tarot Cloth. That's a bit of wishful thinking, but Don't worry about it. We're still hanging tough, staying hungry. As Survivor said in the Rocky 3 banger, the Eye of the Tiger. Which, when you think about it, doesn't really make that much sense. I mean, how are we supposed to believe a tiger's eyes are better than... Or maybe it's the tiger's instincts that trickle down to their eyes? I don't know. It doesn't really make sense to me, to be honest, but that's okay. By the way, we just got pretty much the keys to the kingdom here. Conjoin Tech X is like a money synergy if they've ever made one. Combine that with having good damage and, like, you've got absolutely nothing to worry about. You know what? I'm gonna say that the universe blessed us here, and is gonna hook us up with the solid lead. I'm gonna say that the universe was like, you don't want to. Okay, the universe has screwed me. Thanks a lot, universe. You have slightly inconvenienced me. It's alright. We can go back for these spirit hearts, and I'm excited. You know. We're still in, like, infancy levels on this streak. We're only at 13 wins. But it feels, you know, on a meta level, and I've said this many times about, you know, different levels of streak that we've had. It feels very nice to, you know, leave a situation where we were getting absolutely destroyed on the regular. Well, not in the regular, but we did lose 3 times in that one video. Really what I'm trying to say is remember that time we lost 3 times in one video? To leave that and not have a loss coming soon after is very, very nice. It reminds you, hey, you're not bad at Isaac. You just get a little sloppy from time to time. We probably got a little sloppy on this one, truth be told. But it's going relatively well. It's going relatively well right now. And remember, we had to take the risk to go to that dice room to begin with, so... I don't want to say my intuition was right, but look at the direction we're going here. I always feel, is it just me getting older, or has the chest gotten longer? When I was a kid, the chest was like, you go down there, you get 4 items, 10 seconds later, they're like, good game, you win. Maybe we'll get a per throw or something. We can make that useful. Now you go to the chest, and they're like, please take a number. You look at the number. It's number 35. You look at the now serving board. It says now serving number 6. And then you're like, that's okay. They'll probably call 7 soon, and a bunch of people probably aren't even here. You're waiting half an hour. They still haven't called number 7. What's up with that, dude? I don't know. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. Up to the radio. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching. I will see you next time. See ya!